And now, here with another designated podcast are Teddy and JJ.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Designated Podcast. This is Teddy Allen along with my friend.
Who?
JJ.
Oh, I'm your friend?
Right. JJ Marshall. We also have Laverne and Shirley, JJ's cats.
All right.
We're here in the much improved DW South offices. I
Right.
came to the front door and it was a new door.
All right. All sorts of stuff going on.
I said, was this budgeted for? JJ assures me it was.
This is podcast number, whatever it is, I think 20, maybe 19.
Oh, I hope it is 20.
It's
You know
20.
why?
It is 20. It's Mel
So
Renfro.
we'll do this in honor of
Frank Robinson.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
One
because
of-
19 was Lance Allworth. You had to admonish
That's right.
me about that.
I did admonish you. He was actually from Mississippi, and I've always thought he was from.
Arkansas?
Yeah, he just went to school in Arkansas.
Oh.
From Mississippi. Did you know that?
I don't know, but ever since Les Miles said Arkansas, I can't think of the state in any way, shape, or form without thinking
Except
Arkansas.
Arkansas,
I mean, it's
Les
just my default deal now, thanks to Les.
Mm-hmm. He's going into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame this year.
Yes, he is.
So go to LaSportsHall.com about getting tickets. It will be sold out earlier than usual. Peyton Manning also going in. CFL Hall of Famer and Tech All-American Matt Dunnigan and Dave Nitt.
The Nitzer.
The Nitzer from Louisiana Tech play-by-play guy. Frank Robinson, number 20. We wrote earlier this week that in spite of him being in the Hall of Fame or whatever, he may be underrated. Did that make any sense to you?
Yes, I mean when you consider it, when he finished, I think he was number 4 all time in homers. The MVPs in both leagues is nice. I don't think it's. I mean, it's a notable accomplishment. I don't think it makes him greater or less than anybody else. I mean, to me, I look at it as he won 2 MVPs.
Right.
Oh, they just happen to be in different leagues. Okay.
That's a cool thing.
It is,
but
that's
it
what
don't
it is.
mean it don't
Right.
make my 2 I won in the AL and that was it. It don't make that
Right, it doesn't make any. I mean, he is better than Dale Murphy, but Dale Murphy won 2 of them too.
Yeah,
but
Dale
anyway,
Murphy's good.
Frank Robinson, the first black manager thing. I just, Tucker played hard.
He was
and he was really good. And you think, why'd the Reds get rid of him? Because I don't really remember him as a Red. Our age, we came along and he was an Oriole.
We were just figuring out there was a place called Boston or Philadelphia or whatever. That's when we were 6 years old.
Yeah.
5, 6 years old. But you got to, if you're the Reds GM and you got to feel sick in 66.
Yeah,
Dude, wins a Triple Crown.
right.
Okay, and who did they get for him? Early Win or somebody? I don't know.
Probably.
But that led me to think of this. The reason it kind of hurt us a little more is because that is the guy we grew up with those guys.
Oh yeah.
That was our people.
And yeah, I mean, along those lines, the Hammer turned 85 last week also.
Fascinating.
I mean, yeah, Willie Mays is still hanging in there somewhere, but
I'm glad they've had such a good run.
yeah.
So that made me think of this. I'm going to say a guy's name.
All right.
And you either say, here's a quick story about him, or you say a couple of words about it. Ted Simmons.
Simba.
Oh,
The only story about him was every time the game of the week was on and Tony Kubek was doing the game, he would insist on calling him Simba because he had the lion's mane hair. And so, because Tony Kubek used to drive me crazy.
okay.
But because he'd say the same thing every time. He always said Ted Simmons, Simba.
Yeah, and Tony Kubek, there's another name that some listeners will not really,
No.
it won't register with him.
And Tony Kubek, who is I'm 89% sure still alive, and B, dropped off the face of the earth. I mean,
Once he quit doing color on
he
play of the
just
week,
shut
he
it down.
was-
I mean, you'd think somebody would, hey, we got Tony Kubek here, or Jim Cott pops, he's still hanging in there.
Yeah, and Kubek wasn't an old guy when he quit
No.
doing play-by-play.
Maybe that thing, that ball in the throat, just got to him and he couldn't talk anymore. I don't know.
Y'all Google Kubek ball in the throat. If you
Yeah,
know what's a
the
fascinating
rough
thing.
one.
Harmon Killebrew.
The Killer, vastly underrated, number 3.
Speaking of underrated, right?
Minnesota Twin, I guess also a senator at some point.
Yeah.
Recently passed away. Montana's own, I believe, Harmon Killebrew.
I'll have to look that up. The last time I saw him, and it might be the only time I saw him, was the first game I ever went to in Arlington Stadium, 74, 5, 6, somewhere in there. We just moved
Okay,
here.
well, he's on the downside of the career, huh?
He was in his Royals, powder blue.
Yeah, bald.
And he was dancing in the dugout during between innings. So I said, well, he's an old guy. He's probably 39, whatever. So I liked him. I always get these players confused. Bake McBride.
Once Tony Kubek again always used to tell us that he ran an inside the park home run in 13 seconds. And I don't know whether that's good or bad, but it seemed like it must be pretty good if he did
fast.
it. They kept bringing it up.
That is.
Inside the park home run in 13 seconds.
I kind of got him confused all the time with Oscar Gamble a little bit.
Well, they both had
just because of the hair.
Yeah, they both had incredible hair.
And Oscar's a featured designated happen. If you
Yeah.
want to go back in the files,
Right.
he passed away last year. God bless him. And Gary Maddox, Maddox. I would get him and Bake McBride confused sometimes.
The Maddox line was, of course, famously,
Two-
half of the world is covered by
Two-thirds covered by water.
the rest covered by Gary Maddox.
Who many people know this. He's the brother of Greg Maddox, the pitcher. And what's Greg Maddox's other brother? Who's
Mike Maddox.
Mike Maddox. Not many
Pitching
people
coach.
know that.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Anyway, Stargell. Another guy
Well-
we grew up with. I know that's bittersweet for you.
Don't get me started on that one. That's for a different
How about
podcast.
maybe a daily happen later this week you can revisit.
About Willie
Pops.
Stargell? I don't think I can contain it. It's going to be a full-on deal.
Okay. It just every time I think of him, I just shake my head and go, crap, why did that have to happen?
That's a lot of foreshadowing for y'all who are listening to this, but believe me, I'll try to make it pay off for you at some point.
Anyway, we
Me
grew
and
up-
Willie Stargell just did not get along one night.
it just didn't jive, didn't G-haul,
Right.
whatever. Should have. It just
Could
didn't.
have.
Let me say this word, son. It just
Right.
didn't. Okay. Well, anyway, we grew up in a neat. We had a lot of good. We could go on and on. But I will tell you, instead we'll switch to this. And then if you got anything, we'll do that. I went to a place today, a future sponsor possibly of
sweet.
Designated Rider, Whole Foods. First foray in there.
Really?
Yes.
How come I've been there before you have?
Because, you've lived here longer. You know,
Okay.
I maybe right before
right,
football, so I
I'll-
wasn't here much during the fall.
I'll give you that.
But been planning to go, and finally today, we went after church. And it was everything really that I thought it would be. Everybody looked like I thought they would look, which even, all the people that worked there appeared to be very healthy.
Well, they should be.
And they all wanted me they seemed like they wanted to help me sit down. I asked the lady, is there a smoking area in here? And then she looked at me like
Right.
that term squaring out there. But it was a neat store. I barely glazed the surface, I'm sure.
No, you got to go in and just observe, and then come back. I mean, even go right back out and come back in. Then you are not ready to attack. You cannot be in attack mode at Whole Foods your first time in there.
We went there specifically to say, okay, apple cider, Linnea needed apple vinegar cider, something that's for a throat, blueberries, and some oatmeal. That's what we got. So, and we didn't even think about getting anything else. It was fascinating. It was a neat place. Whole Foods. And my favorite Whole Foods, I went in there, of course, looking for Robert Parrish, because the first time I heard about Whole Foods was
I told you, right?
was you standing in line and you look behind.
yeah.
Is that an NBA Hall of Famer?
Right.
With bread and some whole wheat crackers, and it was. It was
Certainly was. It's where I also discovered that there's such a thing as vegan cookies.
dumb. Saw those.
I had to ask,
I had to ask.
but I didn't want to know the answer, but I did find out what the answer was. But still, yes, I have bought whole pizzas at Whole Foods.
I saw them over there.
Yeah.
That was
I mean,
the
it's
last
okay.
part of the store I made was where the food stuffs are that you can physically start eating. And they,
Yeah.
they have picnic
Oh,
tables out
people
there.
are chowing down. Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah. Embrace it. But again, it's going to take a while for it to settle in. You okay?
I knew I was drinking some vegan tea. And I went down the wrong pipe and started getting used to it. But anyway, yeah, I knew I was overmatched when I walked in.
Yeah,
So I
everybody
put
is.
hands in pockets.
Everybody is.
Hands in pockets. And but they even had Honey Nut Cheerios, which I said, I didn't think they would have anything like that in there. But Honey Nut Cheerios are good for you.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Who knew?
I eat them all the time. You got anything? If you don't, I still have a couple more things.
Come on, bring it.
Okay, I feel like Ben all of a sudden with my list. In case y'all know Ben, it's Bonsai Ben. He's on a show with another guy.
Oh, me.
11:30 a.m. The Tiger, 5 weekdays.
5 p.m. We don't get up better.
No, the British are coming. I'm telling you that because
Yeah, I was going to say, that's been a while, hasn't it?
this is dated. But I've been waiting on his story named Rich Atkinson. He wrote my favorite trilogy ever on World War II. He's a wonderful historian, but he's a really lyrical writer. I mean, some of the best writing. And he said, okay, my next project is going to be the American Revolution. So you've heard about it, right? The Revolution?
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
I heard some noise up
Yeah.
to the northeast there one day.
Correct. That was probably the commotion. But anyway, that's been years ago. He said that. So yesterday, I saw on my email it popped up, the British are coming, Rich Atkinson. I almost pulled a muscle, punching the little thing. And it said, pre-order this, comes out May the 14th. So if there are other fans out there, this is hot news off the press.
Wow.
Yeah, it's big. It's the
service
first
we
one.
provide.
So the first one is the British are coming. Then, of course, you have to just wait till he gets the second one out. Wait for the third one out. I'm not going to tell you who wins or anything.
Well,
But I'll tell you this, the British did come, and it was an issue.
look, and I've always wondered what the thought process was when they march out in the redcoats on the fields of battle, and we're hiding behind trees and everything.
Guerrilla fighting.
And they're like, well, that's not fair.
Why are we out here?
Why, right, what's going on here?
You know, the other guy said, why didn't we train like this in Liverpool? We have trees over there. They have trees here.
Right. You're supposed to march out in the field, and we're supposed to march out in the field, and then, I mean,
And then we shoot. What are they doing that for?
are we just that much smarter than they
Right.
were?
And
Or,
you're right. And I didn't even see that guy over there.
Right.
And he can see me. I have a red coat. As soon as it
I
should
mean,
at least be red camouflage.
they're like, what the?
And the tall hats.
Golly. That must have been a tough post game meeting they had in there in the locker room.
Yeah. And you look back in the general, also in a red coat, on a horse in the wide open. He's got his saber drawn, and it's no retreat.
Somebody had to get fired over that
You
deal.
would think so. Well, they ended up. Well, I'm not going to tell you who won or lost.
Yeah,
But anyway.
I appreciate if you would. All right, and before we go, your buddy.
Booger.
Yeah.
Me and Booger McFarland tight now.
Man.
Yeah, so it'll be up on the DW, designated.writers.com by the time you listen to this. But it's happened. He was in town Tuesday night in West Monroe, so I go help with the West Monroe Foundation where I went to school with. JJ, they have heavy hitters. They've had Stovall, Bobby Bowden, Big Wit, Archie Manning. They've had good speakers over there. Now, Booger McFarland from Winsboro, and I had never met him, so I didn't know if he was going to be what kind of guy he was going to be, but he was really a well-spoken gentleman. And I don't listen to. I tried that Monday Night Football,
That's tough.
and it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was not his fault, but he had a good word. And hey, man, believe in a kid and help. He just talked about I'm the product of people who've helped me, which I thought was a classy deal. A lot of grown-ups helped him, and he took advantage of those opportunities. Now, it helped that he ended up being such a good football player, but.
Did he come to the event in the little
Booger
motorized?
Mobile?
Yeah, the little motorized
We
thing?
all took a break. You pay $5 and you go up and down
it's beautiful.
North 7th Street. It was awesome.
That's beautiful.
Anyway, check that out and root for Booger. He's got I told him, man, with a name like Booger, you really missed a really good chance of being from West Monroe.
Yeah.
Yep. Winsboro. And I said, you going back to Winsboro tonight? No. He said, I could, but no, I'm not going to Winsboro.
All right. Well, pitchers and catchers.
Golly.
Any day now. Yeah, so get ready for that. And maybe Bryce Harper and or Manny Machado will be signed by the next time we show up. Or maybe not. I mean, who knows?
The long off season. Well, I hope it turns out well for those guys.
All right, thanks for listening.
You bet. Until next time.
I was talking to everybody else,
Oh,
not you.
yes,
I mean, I
okay.
expect you to listen.
Hey, we do appreciate it, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, talk to you next time.
See ya.